In 2005, I was living in Portugal and I was working on concerts and plays. And I felt like I knew a little bit about input EQ because I could get the sounds that I want, but I didn't know anything about output EQ. I could kind of get the sounds that I wanted because I had a good teacher in school. I went to the City College of New York. They taught us a lot about microphone choice, microphone placement, and input EQ, but they didn't really teach us much about output EQ. I felt like there was something missing. So my first attempt at learning output EQ was to get rid of feedback frequencies. I still felt like I wasn't communicating the mix I was making in my console out to the audience. So I was getting better and better as a mix engineer, but no one knew because I couldn't quite translate that to all the seats in the house. My next attempt at learning output EQ was to buy one of these. Take a bunch of measurements, make an average, invert that average, and then use that to set a graphic EQ. Did it work? Yes. Did it sound good? No, it did not. I ended up cutting way too much and making like these, like basically using, if you look over here on the left, this is the kind of result that you would get. So you would end up using, every band on the graphic EQ to do this kind of tone shaping. That's why I'm here today. I would love to share with you guys some of the things I've learned over the last 14 years and what I'm doing currently with EQ, and hopefully I can save you a lot of time and pain. I'm Nathan Lively, sound engineer, teacher, hot chocolate enthusiast. My podcast has been downloaded over 400,000 times at this point, and my course on sound system tuning, Pro Audio Workshop Seeing Sound, has helped over 208 students worldwide improve their confidence and consistency through understanding the principles and the physics of audio. This is what we're going to talk about today. How to EQ fast and get the best results, how to use the right EQ shape every time, how to avoid EQing a comb filter. Let's talk about actually how to make a map and a checklist. Pretty simple. You're just going to take a room design, label your speaker positions, your microphone positions, and then you've got a list of what you're going to do. I'm working on speaker A1. I'm going to be looking at these microphones. With this method, I can pretty quickly start getting in a shape that's going to work. And this is going to spit out some answers for me. It says, hey, put a filter at 478 with a Q of 2.7, and that should do it for you. Well, let's try it. Another thing that can really help you in the spectrum view are these targets. And what this will allow you to do is, again, have something to compare it to, just like our target trace in the transfer function. Let's see what happens if we've moved this microphone lower. So let's save this. I'll move this microphone a little bit lower. Okay, so now the comb filter has just changed.